During the summer of 2023, we moved to a remote Scottish Hebridean island to be its only two residents, along with our two pet sheep and pair of cats. These remote islands seem to retain an old-fashioned rhythm and a charm which we find encouraging us to live a more frugal and simple life, the way man was perhaps more intended to. We have an ancient stone cottage to restore, veggies to grow, livestock to build up, fish to catch and smoke, a boat to buy, and much more. Step back in time with us at the Scottish Isle. What's the plan?
Well, you can't film yet. I haven't done my hair.
Do you ever do your hair?
No. I've got to get on the roof of the cabin.
You say we.
Well, I know that the shortest point to get up is on the corner here. It's like the left-hand back corner. You can practically climb on it. Yeah, there's a leak in the cabin roof.
Good old flash band.
Well, you've given me this, but I've got to go and get the step ladder. Well, not step ladders, the ladders.
Scratch me, scratch me.
We might have lost one of the wildlife cams.
We've got the good one that we were gifted, but the cheap crap one that we had before is nowhere to be seen.
It's been put up somewhere, and I can't remember where we put it. Can you?
No.
So one day we're just going to come across it tied to a tree.
Funny.
I've been out looking for it and I can't find it, so... Oh, and you say that. I think the one in there is the cheap one. I picked it up and there was no weight in it, there was no batteries in it. So that's the one that we bought, but the one that we've been gifted is the one that we've tied to a tree somewhere, and I can't remember where it's... Oh, that's the truth of the matter. Right, I don't need this. You're going to have to take this.
We need to take this gibbet down. It's an eyesore.
It's not coming down. What else are we going to put the cables up with?
Well, at least we can take the rest of the structure down. It looks terrible.
What are you doing there? You were behind me a minute ago. What, you see what I mean?
I've never actually looked on top of this before.
No, it's just full of crap, as you would imagine. I don't know if this is going to be...
As long as you don't go on the edge. Man versus ladder. So where's it leaking from?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I can stand on that, you know.
Well, do you want me to get on it?
I can't go here. This is... I don't know what's underneath there. It's probably just chipboard underneath all that. It's much easier to do this during the winter when you can actually see what you're doing. I'm going to have to go round the other way.
Go on then.
You back?
Here I am.
There's not a level bit of ground. anywhere on this island.
You can't go from the front?
No, because there's not enough room for the ladder to... It's like this.
Okay.
What a mess. There's the roof. It's got half the island growing out the top of it. This stovepipe here needs a cowl putting on top of it. Obviously I'm going to clean all this off while I'm up here. But the that there in the centre of the screen is where I think the leak's coming from. And that is where there used to be another one of these. This is just chipboard up here. I can feel myself bouncing in it as I'm walking around on it. It is really unsafe, ridiculously unsafe. All of this roofing felt, or whatever it is that's been put up here, all the joins are now exposed. Like I said, every time I put my foot on it, I can feel it giving.
You should be kneeling down, spreading your weight.
Well, I can't at the moment because I can't pick it up because it's adding more to my weight in a certain spot.
We'll throw this up.
Just thanks. I can't walk in the middle of this. I'm just going to go through it. Oh. Right, while I was over there doing that, the chipboard underneath cracked underneath me. So there's no point in doing it until I've got absolutely all the tools that I need, because this roofing felt that's been put over that box that you can see, it's not sticking to it, so it needs some glue. But getting up on here I'm too heavy. Like I said, I nearly went through there. So
You have to treat it like quicksand and spread your weight.
do you know what I'd rather do?
Not do it at all.
Yeah, get some other idiot in to come and do it, and I'll pay him for it. Yeah, there's just no point in me carrying on with that.
Well, let's go and get some bitumen or something like this. Obviously, this is the rear of the cabin. You can see it was a dumping ground.
You can't
Lovely.
show them that. Disgusting. Well, it sounds like she got it working. You got it working then? Can't keep up with it.
Oh, knee pads are a thing of beauty. I'm going to be saving as many of these as I can because I'm going to need them for when we put the damp-proof what's it called? Tanking in the living room. I'm going to paint it on the wall, and because you need to finish it with a plaster or lime render or something like that anyway, I'm going to face it and with stones like this and point around it just like the rest of the living room, just like the walls that we're doing, and you won't even know it's there. You won't even know it's not part of the original structure, but I need lots of these for that. But anyway, today I'm just going to finish putting the damp-proof membrane on the outside of the house in front of the bedroom. I said in the last video that we actually don't need to go all the way along the wall because the floor level, unlike the living room, in the bedroom is actually so high compared to the bedrock. So we're still going to put in the membrane anyway, belt and braces and all that. Keep moving, monkey. You're so funny. Oh. We're currently weaning Shona, so she is being a mountain of mischief. Hang on a minute. It needs to be lower. No, it doesn't. I can just cut it. What's going on, Shona? That was a lot easier than I expected. I didn't think it was just going to come away like that. Good. I think tomorrow Scott and I'll both just finish off this bed together. Just get some nice boulders to delineate the path from the flower bed, which will be next to the house. Put all wildflowers along here, just like the other side. Just do a nice rounded flower bed all the way down the path. But can't plant more wildflowers now until autumn.
To save the too many chiefs, not enough Indians scenario. Yeah?
You're the boss.
No. You tell me where you want them. Yeah? You tell me which one you want, and I'll pick it up and put it there.
Well, you've seen
No, because I can
there.
guarantee you that no matter where I put them, you will move them.
Well, I'd like it to curve out from the step and meet the edge of the path and then curve back in towards the side of the house again.
So what stone would you like as your first?
The biggest one at the bottom of the pile, please.
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? This
That one.
That
That's
one.
a nice one. Coming out that way. Towards this corner here.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, it's falling where it wants to fall. Yeah?
Yeah.
Didn't we just have a meeting?
I've gone rogue. It doesn't need to be straight, and we don't need to be precious about it. It's just a marker.
Many years ago, when I was living down in Lincolnshire, I went to a place called Arbour Low.
What?
Arbour Low, which is a
What's
massive stone circle. I think it's the biggest one that's in the north of England. Oh, it was, because all the stones are... See what I mean? What did you just do? You moved my stone.
Yeah, but you didn't listen to me when I said I wanted it along the edge
Anyway,
of the
let me
path.
finish my story.
I'm listening.
At some point in the past, all the stones had been pushed over. It was like Stonehenge. I think they maybe called it the North Stonehenge or something, but it's a big place. It's a magical place to go, out in the middle of nowhere. There's a farm adjacent to it, but they believe Christians attacked it, not understanding the connection between that ritual and Christianity, and they pushed them all over. So all the stones are flat. None of them are erect anymore. Massive embankment and ditch around it, and you can't see it until you're actually there because of the way it is in the landscape. So you walk up and then bang, it's there. One of the stones literally looks like a dragon, the way that it's been weathered. But I found a piece of stone which was this, about that thick, and we was walking back to the car, and I'm sure that's a piece of that. So put it in the back of the car, took it back to the house, and I put it in the garden. And then when I sold the house, I forgot to take it with me. Now, just I know people are going to be like, "You did what?" It was way off the site. It was back where we parked the car.
Somebody else had probably lifted it.
Well, the fact was, it was like I said, but it was a piece of the actual stone that was made, that the actual monoliths were made from. So I didn't go robbing the actual site. That's what you do, isn't it?
I was
Robbing.
listening to a very interesting podcast the other day about the links between the Druids and the Old Testament Levites. The fact that probably one of the big secrets of the Druids was that they remembered their ancestry. Ancestry was extremely important to them, and they remembered their origins as the Old Testament priests. And you can see a lot of the correlation between the practices that the ancient Irish annals recorded that they had, and the rituals of the Old Testament priests. Fascinating stuff. That'll be why they all converted to Christianity so readily.
I think Alice Roberts would take umbrage.
Well, Alice Roberts is a product of the system. Right, another few?
I can't believe that you...
Thinking outside the box is what I mean.
You just said bad things about Dr. Alice Roberts.
Think outside the box.
I like the shape of that rock, it's almost sculptural. Don't you agree?
Yeah, why don't you put it over there to cover some of the plastic?
Oh, that's another job done.
Well, that's the outside of the front of the cottage done.
All we need now is to cover up that plastic sheeting.
A few more stones.
And
then path. Continue the path off that way.
yeah,
Gonna be
all this has got to come up, hasn't it?
fighting for flagstones now that we want flagstones inside. I look at all these and I think they probably came out of the house in the first place.
Yep. Well, wildflowers.
Yes.
And they need to be planted in August, you
In
said?
a couple of months' time, yeah.
It's August, not a couple of months or August. We're nearly there.
Good.